All right, if you've been anywhere near the tech world lately, you've probably heard the term DevOps thrown around a lot. It seems like it's everywhere. But what does it actually mean? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today. And right away, a bunch of questions probably pop into your head, right? Is it some brand new tool I have to learn? Is it a piece of software I need to buy? Or, some super complex programming concept? Let's clear all that confusion up right now.
Okay, here's the big reveal. The most important thing to get your head around. DevOps isn't any of those things. It's not a tool you can just download and install. It's a process, a concept. It's a whole new approach, really, a different way of thinking about how we build and deliver software.
So, to really understand this philosophy, we've got to go back to the classic problem that it was designed to fix. And this story, it all starts with two very different teams, often working in their own separate worlds, or silos, that you'll find in pretty much any big tech company.
Okay, so on one side of the wall, you've got the development team. We'll call them dev. Their whole job, their whole reason for being is to build new stuff. They're measured on how fast they can push out new features and make changes. Now, on the other side of that wall, you've got the operations team, or ops. Their job, totally different. They're all about stability, security, and making absolutely sure that nothing breaks. So, you can already see the problem, can't you? One team gets a gold star for changing things, and the other team gets a gold star for keeping things exactly the same.
So, what happens when these two worlds inevitably collide? Well, it usually ends in this really common, super frustrating situation, something we like to call the blame game. So picture this. The dev team ships a brand new feature. It goes live on the servers and crash. It breaks. The code just isn't working. And the dev team gets super frustrated, right? They're saying, hey, wait a minute. Our code worked perfectly on our machines. This has to be a server problem.
And then, of course, the ops team fires right back. They check all their systems, their dashboards, and they say, nope, servers are running just fine. It's not our problem. Must be something wrong with the code. And this back and forth, this blame game, it just happens over and over and over again, and it slows the entire process down to a crawl.
And this frustrating cycle is exactly where DevOps comes in. It's a philosophy that's designed to literally break down the walls between these two teams and finally end that pointless blame game. It's all about getting dev and ops to actually start working together.
So let's put a pin in it with a clear definition. DevOps is a culture and a set of processes that brings together or unifies the development, the dev, and the operations, the ops departments. And the whole point, the entire goal, is to make releasing software faster, way more collaborative, and a whole lot less hectic.
Okay, so that all sounds great, but how does it actually work in the real world? Well, this whole philosophy is put into practice through a continuous, sort of never-ending cycle. It's designed to create a constant feedback loop between the two teams.
And here's what that cycle looks like in action. It all starts on the dev side of the house with planning and then coding new features. From there, that new code is automatically built and then tested to catch any bugs nice and early. Once it passes all the checks, it's ready for release, and then it's deployed out to the live servers. Now the baton gets passed to the ops side. They operate the application and monitor how it's performing in the real world. But here's the magic, the most crucial part. Any feedback, any little issues they find while monitoring, they don't just get filed away in the report. Nope, they loop right back to the very beginning, and they influence the next plan and code phase. It's this continuous, unbreakable feedback loop.
Now you've probably heard the acronyms CI and CD floating around. This is all they are. Continuous integration, or CI, is just automating that build and test part of the cycle. And continuous deployment, or CD, is all about automating the release and deploy parts. It's really just about using automation to make this whole lifecycle super fast and super reliable.
So why do companies pour so much time and money into adopting this DevOps culture? It's simple, really, because the results, the real-world impact on the business, are absolutely massive.
To put it simply, tearing down those walls just makes everything better. When there's less waiting around and less finger-pointing, teams just naturally become faster and way more productive. The collaboration gets better because suddenly everyone's chasing the same goal. And thanks to that constant feedback loop we talked about, the quality of the actual product just skyrockets. And what does all this mean for the business? It means they can get better products into the hands of their customers faster than they ever could before.
So we've just seen how DevOps completely changes the game for building software, all by getting teams to unite around a common goal. But it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? If this whole philosophy of breaking down silos and working together is this powerful for tech, where else could it be applied? In other parts of a business, or even in our day-to-day lives? It's definitely something to think about.